Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Jersey. Today I'm going to show you my crazy way of organizing my seeds using numbers. Forget the name. We're only going to use numbers. Maybe because I'm a finance analyst in my prior life, but this is how I organize everything in my home with Excel sheets and numbers. Let's get started. This year I'm doing a new experiment. I'm only using Dollar Tree seeds. I have a full blog on Dollar Tree seeds and 5 amazing reasons why you should try the Dollar Tree seeds this year. Number 2 will blow you away because I did not even know it. The link will be below to the blog. This is how I organize my seeds. I have a small binder. I have 4 sections: veggie, herbs, microgreens, and flowers. This whole little binder is all from the Dollar Tree seeds from American Seeds Company. To begin with, I take the seed packet and I open them up and I numerically categorize them by the company's own SKU number. So 0073, and I put them in order. Doesn't matter if it's a pepper, tomato, pepper, corn, tomato. I don't care about a name because I will show you how I use this in an Excel sheet and how I can easily find anything. So I put the number there, which is tiny, and I replicate it up here in the corner. In order with the company SKU number, goes right up in the corner. I don't care what it is. So I have all the pertinent information listed right inside, what it is, if it's an heirloom. They're all non-GMO. Some of these are heirloom. Let me see if I can find you one. Like this one says it's a container variety. This one's a Spanish variety. Here we go. Here's an heirloom variety. And mind you, these are 25 cents. Heirloom, non-GMO, made in the USA seeds. If you were to buy the heirloom seeds in Home Depot, online, these would be about $2.50 if not more. So this year I'm doing an experiment. I'm only doing Dollar Tree seeds from the American Seed Company, and they're 25 cents each. I broke them up into numerical order. These are all veggies. Then I went to the next stage, which are herbs. Even the veggies and the fruit, all the same. Then I broke it up into herbs. And these are herbs, again, numerical order. Now the herbs, numerical order, do not follow inside of the veggies. I broke them up that way. So the smallest number for the herbs is 7221. So I did all the herbs, same thing, open the packet, and I put the seeds in jars, which I will show you. I only have 2 microgreens, so they go here. And then last is flowers, again, starting with the lowest numerical number going up to the largest one. Now the minute I open up the seeds, I put them into jars. So I'm done with this, and as you can see, I labeled this American Seeds Dollar Tree, and inside I put the year 2021, and these are even from the Dollar Tree. Also, this will show what bin number the jar is in, which I'm going to show you in a minute. There are information in here. I can take this piece of paper out. It's 2-sided line, and I can transfer notes. Saved 5 seeds, saved 100 seeds, moldy seeds, did not sprout. Whatever pertinent information, and it will tell me next year, or when I go to leave this to my son, or when he wants to start doing this. I'm going to take this out so it won't be so glary. But before I do, you can take a dry erase marker, write the date in, inside, outside, seed saved, in notes. You can use a dry eraser, and then when I go back to the computer, I transfer all this pertinent data into this Excel sheet, and then I wipe it clean. And you can use it again. No sticky note, no papers, no lost anything. It's all right here. You can write right on outside of this protective sheet. I'm going to take it out. All these are the veggies. Continue with the last 2 veggies. Then we go to the herbs, the 2 microgreens, and then the flowers. These are not in numerical order. You can make 1 sheet for just the veggies, 1 sheet for just the herbs, and so on. These are in bin numbers. Now, if I had hundreds of these like I am used to dealing in large numbers of data, I would run a filter on this and type in tomato, and it would filter out all the tomatoes and I would know which bin they were in. Then if I wanted to find beans, well, all the beans have different names, so I would type in bean and it would populate just the beans, and only they would populate, and I would know to go to 555 that they were in. So as this grows throughout the year, it's very easy to keep track. And you might say, what happens if your computer crashes and you don't have this anymore? I always have this backup piece of paper in my folder in my office, so even if something happened, I can easily find it. I can even take this out in the garden and look this up, open up my binder, and find out all the pertinent information on when these are supposed to be planted, when they're supposed to be picked, how deep they are, and everything. Like I said, I forget about the name and I only work on numbers, and then right now I'm looking for the bin number, and that's where these come in. Everything is Dollar Tree except for the labels. You can even print this on a brown cardstock and just cut out the squares. I happen to use 2x2 labels. Just a note, nothing sticks on these cardboard. You might as well go ahead and use Dollar Tree glue on the labels, even on the numbers, because they're not sticking very well. This will help. I decided to put a piece of tape over the label and then peel them off and cut them out from when I printed them. You can even find these large numbers at the Dollar Tree for $1 for both sides. Going back to my book just for a second, if I wanted to plant eggplant today, I know it's in bin number 7 or it's 7311, and if I come to my sheet, which is by the bin number, there it is, the eggplant, bin number 7, tells me the number, it's a vegetable, and where it's located on my Excel sheet inside my computer, and vice versa. If I wanted to look at this without going to my Excel sheet, and I was out in the garden or my garden shed, and I was going to plant my Black Beauty seeds, I would know right where to find it and what bin number. And I would open up this binder, because it's 7311, so Black Beauty 7311. I would open up my binder until I found it, and here's all the pertinent information on it. And then I would know when to plant it, how deep to plant it, direct set, or if I can start it indoors, how many weeks before the last frost. All that is right here in this binder and in this sheet. So let's find the Black Beauty eggplant in bin number 7. Let me move all these others around. I wrote beets and eggplant on the top, and I also did one here. So if you were stacking these up, just say on your shelf in the garden shed, you'd be able to read them this way, because you're not going to take everyone off to read them that way. Or you can just keep the bin numbers facing towards you. Whatever you want. Do you want the bin numbers or do you want the writing? But you can stack these up any way you would like to be able to find everything. So bin numbers or the actual writing, because no one's going to store them flat like this. It takes up way too much room. So here's number 7, beets and eggplant. Everything is numbers. No names, no nothing, just numbers. I don't care what the wording and all that is. You would never be able to fit beets and all that on this. All I need to know is 7101. Come back to my sheet. 7101 is my beet. So even if this got mixed up and left on the shelf, I'd be able to pull this up and tell you exactly what these are just by this number. These are waterproof. These labels won't come off for years and years and years, even if they get wet. I have some labels outside for the last 2 years in my garden. They haven't even faded or peeled up. And then if I didn't have this on me, I could go to my book. Numerical order 7101. 7101, and there we go. There's our beets. How easy is that? If you think of numbers instead of words, because if you were to have a tomato, you didn't know aroma from a cherry, just say, it's very confusing. You could not write all that information on this bottle. No way. Everything is 4-digit numbers. That's how I work. 4-digit numbers. Even with the date, it's 2, 2, and 4. So or 2, 2, and 2. 0, 3, 23, 21. Everything is even numbers. And these are what the glass jars look like from the Dollar Tree. The jars are $1 and the containers are $1. I think these are considered makeup and they stack on top of each other. And then you have the small, medium, and the wide mouth tall. The wide mouth would be used for gourds for your bigger seeds. I don't just use these for seeds. I use these for when I make my dye for dyeing my wool, cotton, and alpaca. I use these if my son wants some herbs and spices for doing a cookout. I'll put them in this and he can take them home. Easy as that. So we are talking Dollar Tree, Dollar Tree, Dollar Tree this year. Most of these are 5 and 6 for $1. That's how inexpensive these glass jars are. I use them for everything. So it may look like a lot, but by the end of the year, they will be used. Now here are some more Dollar Tree items. You can stack them, stain them, paint them. These are 4 for $1. If you have nice handwriting, you can write right here what it is. I do not. I'll have Justin, my assistant. He has beautiful handwriting. I'll have him write plant stake. And these are also from the Dollar Tree. These are 10 or 12 for $1. And while I was making the book, instead of writing just the number 0073, these are going outside in the plant. I didn't want to always have my book with me. I wanted to know that's a bell pepper. I wanted to know that's a bush bean. I wanted to know that's a Roma tomato. The digits and just the name basically will tell me where it's going. I have a water wicking garden. I'll leave that below. But I have another PowerPoint that I created that I did a drawing of each bucket outside, and then it will correlate. Each one of the buckets got a number. Again, I can plant my whole garden before I even walk out the door because I'm going to pre-plant it and put the numbers in the spaces of each container in my water wicking garden. And then this little girl I got last year at an antique store. All these containers, when I buy rubber bands, because I do not own one, but all the containers will have a rubber band and they fit perfectly in here. During the hot winter months, if I have any seeds left, this whole container goes in my commercial refrigerator. Then in the fall and in the winter, they all come back on the porch and these containers stay in this metal tin. And it protects them from rodents, moisture, and all that. Now the Dollar Tree also has tongue depressors. You can use pencil and write on the tongue depressors, and I'm going to use them when I'm starting my seeds. One thing about them, you only be able to use them 1 year and they'll be gone, and you can put them in your composter. But I opt to use the plastic numbers, and these are all in order, numerical order, just like my book was. It goes veggies, herbs, microgreens, and flowers. That's how these are split into sections. And that's about it. If you would like, head over to the blog. I'll leave the link below. I have some tags for you to download. This is a very easy system. And what's great about this, I'll be able to hand this down to my son. I'll be able to leave him the books and the containers and the glass jars. And using glass protects it from rodents. If you read my blog, why I don't use these anymore, this is what I used to use. I used to use these all the time, these little Manilla envelopes. This is from over 20 years ago. Problems with this, bugs get in them. If water fell on them, it's gone. Everything will rot and mold. With the glass jars, nothing can get in them, so they're protected. Even if they were to, a bug or a rodent was to get inside this, the glass jar makes them protected, and it's easier for inside the refrigerator too, for less moisture. Head over to the blog and you'll find out all the ways why I don't use plastic containers, why I don't use paper. All my reasons are why, and why I like to use this binder and numerical system, and why I find it has been easier on me for decades. This is how I organize my spices, my crafts, my yarns, my cabinets, inside my closets. Everything's done in an Excel sheet, and it makes it so much easier to find all the data. Print it out, put it in a binder, and you're good to go. Thank you for stopping by. Please hit the bell, all notification, and don't forget to read 5 amazing reasons why I chose these Dollar Tree seeds this year. I think you'd be surprised. It's a really good article. I hope you enjoy it. There's tags and directions and everything on this blog and the other blog. I'll leave the link below, and please share on social media, and thank you again.